It was a 10-minute meeting, more than 2 years in the making. On Wednesday, President Obama finally met with the wife of Saeed Abedini, the American pastor jailed in Iran because of his Christian faith. Mr. Obama met privately with Naghmeh Abedini and her children on a trip to Boise, Idaho. So what did the president have to say? Well, joining us now, Naghmeh Abedini and the executive director of the American Center for Law and Justice, Jay Sekulow. They have been working on behalf of his release as well. Naghmeh, so good to have you back with us. What can you tell us about the meeting?
Thank you, Shannon. It was a great meeting. For me, it was a miracle. I tried for 2.5 years to meet with President Obama, or at least get a call. I know that because of nuclear negotiations, the administration has been careful not to say things or have meetings that might upset the Iranians. So, you know, for me, it was praying and fasting to God, who is the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and saying, you know, not having any really connection or any way to control what the president does, and just seeing how much the power of prayer and the access we have to God, who controls or has the hearts of kings in his hands and can direct us when we pray. And the access comes from the forgiveness of sin through Jesus Christ, and we can go before the throne of God and pray. And for me, that was really the miracle of the meeting. Was we prayed and it happened.
Yeah, I mean, your faith has been so strong, and I know the thing that sustained you and your children through much of this wait. And Jordan, you have been fighting on his behalf. How much of a game changer is this, that the president would publicly address this issue and sit down with Saeed's family?
It's done two things, and why it was great. You know, this happened within 48 hours. Naghmeh you saw the president would be in their hometown, thought they would take it out of Washington, D.C. This is where Saeed lives with his children. Let the president see this is real. So that was the first thing. It's not just a talking point. It's not just something Josh Earnest talks about in a press conference. It's a real family. Naghmeh's done a lot of television, a lot of speaking out, but it's still, you know, this is their hometown, to see that community. And the second thing, it has encouraged the staff. I will tell you that immediately after this meeting, the State Department and the White House staff has kind of this renewed interest and also just encouragement on their own part. One of the State Department officials said, "I'm really excited about this." So it's totally changed the way our government, I think, is moving forward. And so it helps with momentum, and it also reminds our leaders that these are real people who are in prison there. It's not just something, you know, with the nuclear negotiations. This is a real family with young kids.
Mm-hmm. Naghmeh, can you tell us any update on your husband's condition, how he's been?
He's still suffering in one of the worst prisons in the world with one of the worst conditions. He still has a lot of pain. Of course, the nutrition and the condition of the prison is horrible, but he has a lot of hope. He's holding on to his faith, and he's heard so many people are praying and taking action, and that's really giving him a lot of hope to continue and hang in there until we can get him home.
And Jordan, I mean, this is all playing out, as we've repeatedly discussed, against those negotiations for Iran's nuclear program. How much leverage do you think the U.S. has at this point to be able to use it to get him and others out of Iran?
That's right. You know, this is we believe it's key, because if these negotiations are not successful or they come to an end, and the U.S. has given all this sanctions relief, and people have talked about even the idea of ransom, yet we've really started giving Iran almost $700 million a month, just the United States. That's not how things worked in the past when there were Americans held by Iran. It was usually back channel. That's not going to be the case. This is up to, and I think the president's meeting with Naghmeh, it kind of reasserted that. This is going to be up to the United States government at the end of the day, not other countries who are going to be doing our bidding behind the scenes. It's very public now, and so this is the key time. We know in July is this extension, and we can't really say, you know, future administrations, we don't know if they'll continue this relationship with Iran. So this is a very key moment to get these Americans home, not just Saeed, but the Washington Post reporter, Amir Hekmati, and Robert Levinson, to locate him.
Well, we certainly hope they're all home before there is any new administration here in the U.S. And I know that our viewers continue to pray and to hope, along with you, as you continue to fight. Naghmeh, thank you so much for your time. We just wish you all the very, very best, and the kids too.
Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate it.
And thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.